Hi Junior Techies, I'm Albert van Wyk and I studied industrial engineering at this very campus at the University of Pretoria. But today I'm a property investor, entrepreneur and best-selling author of my book, How to Become a Millionaire at 22. And in this series, I want to share with you a financial mindset that can also help you to become financially independent or even a millionaire. Does that sound good? Okay, let's go. Now, whenever I speak to people that's struggling financially, I always pick up that they have a very defensive approach towards their finances, right? Defensive approach. Now, maybe this might sound familiar. People get a lot of money in the beginning of the month from their salary, from their business, like your parents or someone you know. But at the end of the month, they're always broke. There's always nothing left in the account. Does that sound familiar? What about your pocket money? In the beginning of the month, you get a lot of pocket money, but at the end of the month, you always have nothing left. And there's this defensive approach to try and hold on to that little bit that you get in the beginning of the month and try and stop it from running out towards the end of the month. It's almost like a water bucket. Right? Let's say the salary that your parents get or the money from the business or your pocket money is like the water that's being thrown into the bucket at the beginning of the month. And then throughout the month, the water drips out at the bottom through the holes in the bucket. All right? Now, what do most people do? They try and take duct tape to cover the holes, right? And if it keeps on leaking, they put on more duct tape. But that's a very defensive approach. They try and stop the holes and stop the water from leaking from the bucket. And then people might say something like, we can't afford this. Oh, maybe next month. Oh, I can't pay for that this month. Oh, I'm a little bit broke this month. Right? They say things like, no, save, don't pay for that, don't invest on that, don't spend on that. And they go into this mindset of being on the defense the whole time. And that translates into the actions that they then take with their money. Now, here's the aha moment, right? If you change your mindset from defensive to offensive, then you start saying things like, how can I invest? How can I say yes? Calculating return on investment on things, putting the money into the investment, using the money to generate more money for you. Not saying, I can't afford it, rather saying, how can I afford this? Then you start making plans and your behavior changes. And you do different things with your money. And you start doing things that financially successful people do. You start doing things with your money that millionaires do with their money. Just because you changed your mindset from defensive to offensive, you start changing your action automatically. And what are we doing now? Instead of having a bucket that has a limited amount of water in it that's dripping out in the bottom, we're saying, let's go on the offensive. Let's put more water into the bucket. And in the next video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how we are going to do that, how to put more water into the bucket. To change our mindset from trying to protect the limited amount of water that we have every month, to change our mindset to how can we increase? How can we put more water into the bucket? How can we increase our income every month? How can we put more water into the bucket? How can we increase our income every month? Now that sounds much better, doesn't it? As soon as you make this mindset shift from defensive to offensive, your action starts to change, and then you'll see the way you use your money starts to change, and then you'll see your financial situation will start to change. If you only look at your finances in a defensive way, you'll see everywhere where your money is dripping out. You'll see all the holes in your bucket the whole day. But if you start looking at your money in an offensive way, then you'll see all the opportunities where you can generate new income. If you focus on earning instead of saving, then you'll always end up having more money than you had to save in the first place. Let me say that again. If you start focusing on earning more money instead of saving the little bit that you have, you'll always end up having more money than you would have with the little bit that you tried to save. So let's take the offensive position, and in the next video, I will show you exactly how we're going to practically execute on that.